guys! It's your tech girl Mary and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Finally, bago magpasko, magagawa ko yung video natin na iPhone 14 buying guide. 10 months ago, napanood nyo yung ating iPhone 13 buying guide. It was just this year and I decided na mapaaga ng konti yung ating, of course, video para rin naman matimingan yung mga bibili din ng kanilang next iPhone this Christmas. So yup, this video guys, mahati to into two. Yung unang part, it's a buying guide. Yung pangalawang part, it's all about the new iPhone 14 cases. Don't worry guys, I'll be putting chapters naman on my description box. So in case na hindi kayo interested on some parts, you guys can always skip. Alam naman nating lahat that Apple has made a lot of changes this year. They got rid of the mini model, tapos they also introduced the so-called dynamic island, and really widened the gap between the regular and the Pro models. So ano nga bang differences ng apat na bagong iPhone models? Ano ba yung dapat yung bilhin? And ano yung mga alternatives? Alam nyo, when it comes to videos like this, there's really no such thing as right or wrong. This video will definitely help you, but at the end of the day, it still is up to you. Let's start with the pros. Itong hawak ko ngayon is the iPhone 14 Pro Max. This is built talaga guys for those people who simply wants the best iPhone experience in the largest size possible. This iPhone 14 Pro Max has all the goodies from the iPhone 14 Pro and adds on with its larger 6.7-inch OLED display for a better content viewing experience. And syempre, mas malaki rin ng battery capacity nito, which means you get a great battery life on this iPhone. Pero isa lang ang ibig sabihin nito, if you are getting the best iPhone, it will really hurt your pocket. So kung healthy naman ang inyong wallet, why not? Next is of course the iPhone 14 Pro. The iPhone 14 Pro that I am holding right now is in color gold. This is for those people who really seek for a compact iPhone without compromising yung features niya. We all know that the iPhone 14 Pro has a high resolution of 48 megapixels and a new dynamic island to replace the notch. Mas efficient din yung chipset na meron tayo dito compared to the regular iPhone 14, which is of course the A16 Bionic chip. Let's also not forget na itong iPhone 14 Pro and even the Pro Max has a more premium build quality with stainless steel rails. Yun nga lang, if we were to compare the weight guys, mas mabigat pa rin yung Pro na iPhone 14 compared to the iPhone 14 Plus kahit na mas maliit ito. Of course, we have to take into consideration yung additional cameras and of course, yung kanyang build quality. Now, let's talk about the iPhone 14 Plus. So, who should buy it? It's for those people who wants a larger display on an iPhone but doesn't want to spend Pro money. Now, what about the regular iPhone 14? The iPhone 14 is best suited for those who have a budget to begin with. So, syempre naman, yung iPhone 14 we all know doesn't have the best chipset as of the moment. But still a great chipset. Hindi naman porket sinabi nating hindi latest ay hindi na niya ibibigay sa inyo yung the best performance. This is for those who have been using an iPhone 8, iPhone XR, iPhone 10, iPhone 11, and even an iPhone 12 mini. Coming from those iPhones, you will be getting huge upgrades and talagang magbe-benefit kayo dito. Now, before you guys upgrade into this new iPhones, may mga tips lang din ako, of course. Unang-una, don't forget to sell your old iPhone. Alam naman nating lahat na yung ibang official Apple retailers here in the Philippines accept trade-ins. But then sometimes trade-ins, not actually sometimes, but most of the time, yung mga trade-ins, medyo mababa yung kuha nila sa mga old iPhones natin. I would rather sell it na lang sa market kaysa i-trade-in yung lumang iPhones natin. Compared to Android, iPhone really hold their value well, lalong-lalo na if yung battery health and even yung situation ng old iPhone natin ay maganda pa. Now, before you guys proceed into buying your next iPhone 14, ito muna yung iba ko pang tips na you guys might want to consider. If you already have one of last year's iPhones, in all honesty guys, there's no point sa pag-upgrade to the iPhone 14 series. I don't think it's really worth the money and the hassle, lalong-lalo na medyo minimal lang yung changes. Especially if we will be talking about the iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Plus, which still supports the same chipset as their predecessors. Kaya nga, I always tell people who are asking me if they should upgrade, consider nyo rin yung mga iPhones na lumabas last year. Although the Pro models may offer a bit more this year because of its new dynamic island and a 48 megapixels main sensor, I still don't think it's worth upgrading that extra money just to upgrade from the iPhone 13 Pro or Pro Max. Ngayon, if you have the older iPhones, syempre, ibang usapan to. Whether it is an iPhone or an Android and interested ka to get the new iPhone 14 series, then upgrading makes more sense. At least, of course, if you're considering the 14 Pro or Pro Max. For me guys, itong dalawang smartphones na to are worth buying since you are getting high-end specs, great cameras, and best software update in the industry. But of course, they are not perfect. Alam naman natin lahat ng smartphones ay may compromise. But of course, they will satisfy the needs of the vast majority of users. Now, let's talk about the pricing. Alam niyo guys, if we were to base the prices of these iPhones in US dollar, talaga namang mapapaisip ka, uy, hindi tumaas. And of course, yung exchange rate din natin ay tumaas, kaya naman din nagmahal yung mga iPhone. So yup, unfortunately, here in the Philippines and even other countries, hindi tayo kasama doon sa hindi pagtaas ng presyo. So ito na nga, if we were to base it of course here in the Philippines, since nandito rin naman tayo sa bansang to, if you were to buy an iPhone 14, it is smarter talaga guys to just get the iPhone 13 Pro. Again, this is if you are coming from the older iPhones or even from an Android device. Bakit? Kasi sa market ngayon guys, halos parehas na lang ang presyo ng iPhone 14 at ng iPhone 13 Pro. Kaya naman hanggat available siya sa market, I will really suggest to just go for the Pro iPhone 13s. So what's the biggest example for this? You are coming from the iPhone 10 or even from the iPhone 10R and you're planning on upgrading on the latest iPhone 14 kasi yun lang yung pasok sa budget nyo and yun yung akala nyo na latest. Well, that is true, it is the latest, but then again, I would rather get the 13 Pro or the Pro Max kasi nga, you are getting the same chipset naman. You are getting a nicer build quality, a better set of cameras dahil nga meron tayong dedicated telephoto lens. And let's not forget the Pro Motion. Same goes to those people who are planning on getting the iPhone 14 Plus because of its bigger display and bigger battery life. Sa tingin ko, when it comes to this, magkakatalo na lang talaga tayo sa kulay ng iPhone. Because there are still some people who base their purchases doon sa kulay. And yup, I am some people. In conclusion, before we proceed sa next chapter ng video natin, just buy one that is closer to your budget and of course requirements. And either way, for me, I don't think you will regret your purchase. Now it's time to talk about what are the best iPhone cases that we can buy right now sa market. Papangunahan ko na kayo guys, all the iPhone cases that I will be mentioning today will be not cheap. So kung hindi man sila kamurahan, I can definitely say naman din na they are still reliable. So these are all the cases and accessories that I received from them. Don't worry guys, hindi naman ito sponsored video. So they don't really have a say on this. Unahan ko na kayo, Casetify, they do ship here in the Philippines. Ngayon, kung hindi nyo feel na mag-order through online, you guys can always opt for physical stores because one of the brands who carry Casetify here in the Philippines is Beyond the Box. So punta lang kayo sa kanilang mga physical stores or even in Lazada or Shopee, may mga Casetify cases naman doon. Yun nga lang, of course, you won't be able to customize it. We all know that Casetify is very well known guys when it comes to customizing your cases. They have a bunch of cases that is available on their website, mapa-trendy man yan, customize or even collab with your favorite artist. I have to say, this is not my first time using a Casetify case. I think it's been 3 or 4 years already, since nagpapadala sila sa akin. And I can definitely say that their cases are indeed reliable, especially when it comes to drops. But then, hindi ko lang talaga siya masasuggest para doon sa mga taong nagtitipid kasi hindi po kamurahan yung cases nila. Uulitin ko. Pangalawa, hindi rin siya for those people who are a bit indecisive. Ito yung mga tipo ng cases na alam niyo yun, masasatisfy sa isang klase ng design at hindi pa palit-palit. They don't just have cases on their website, but they also have accessories katulad nitong leather wallet. This is a leather MagSafe wallet, guys. And yup, you can also customize it by putting your name on it. In fairness naman, it sticks very well and napakatibay nung kabit niya. So in case man na you will be putting your cards here, hindi siya malalaglag. You can also buy phone straps on their website. Ito guys, very 90s, ano? May pangalan ko rin siya na Mary. And one of my favorite combination from the cases that they sent is this one. Next brand is, of course, Nomad. Uunahan ko na rin kayo agad if you guys will be going on their website. Yes, they do ship here in the Philippines. Just make sure na hindi kayo lalagpas ng $200 para hindi kayo matax. For me guys, yung Nomad, hindi na sila stranger sa akin kasi they've been also sending me accessories. Hindi lang cases. They also have cables, chargers, and even wireless charging stations like this one. Ito yung nakikita nyo sa story ko na ginagamit ko on my desk. And good thing it is a 15 watts MagSafe fast charging. They have different type of cases, mapa leather, mapa sporty, and many more. One of my favorite from them is this leather case that is perfect for my iPhone 14 Pro. They also have this sport case, meaning guys, pwede nyo tong mabasa and scratch resistant din siya. So talaga namang perfect siya sa mga malilikot din na iPhone users katulad ko. And this is how it looks like on the gold iPhone 14 Pro. It really accents the gold and this is how it looks like naman in a front. Thin lang yung sides niya and hindi siya masyadong overwhelming para sa display natin. Next brand that we will be talking about is Speck. Alam ko yung iba dito, familiar na talaga kasi they just don't sell on their official websites but as well as yung ating mga retailers like Power Mac and even Beyond the Box and Digital Walker. They also offer different types of cases, mapa MagSafe man yan, transparent, printed, and many more. Yun nga lang, definitely, medyo may pagka-pricey lang din yung cases nila but guaranteed naman din yung protection na ibibigay niya sa mga bagong iPhones nyo. But definitely cheaper if we were to compare it dun sa dalawang brands na nauna nating pinag-usapan kanina, like Nomad and Casetify. And what I really like about their cases is super bright talaga nung mga pagpipilian natin, which is, again, very perfect for those people who wants colorful cases. Hindi lang yun, up to 13 feet or 4 meters din yung kayang ibigay na protection in case man na maibagsak nyo yung mga iPhones nyo. Next, the brand that we will be talking about is Otterbox and Popsockets. Alam nyo guys, matagal nang kilala ang brand na Otterbox. I've known this brand ever since iPhone 4 yata. And in all honesty, noong hindi pa ako tech reviewer, hindi ko talaga afford yung cases nila. And I'm glad that the cases that they are selling right now in the market, mas cute na. Because I've known Otterbox again ever since and talaga namang super rugged ng mga cases na binibenta nila to the point that very specific type of people lang yung target market nila. One good example for this, guys, is their Symmetry Plus cases. Kahit sobrang kapal, 5G compatible materials naman yung ginamit nila. Pangalawa, it's made with more than 50% recycled materials. Which is, if very specific kayo with your cases, it is good for the environment. Now, if you guys are a bit more clumsy and needs extra grip for their phone, so we also have Popsockets. Grabe no, talagang nag-evolve na yung Popsockets natin ngayon. Sobrang cute na nila and yes, MagSafe compatible na rin. Honestly, the past few days I've been using a Popsocket, guys. I didn't know that it can be very handy talaga, especially that currently I am using a Pro Max. Not only that, I can also use it as a stand for when I'm watching movies. They also have these regular Popsockets na dinidikit sa mga cases. Honestly, kapag dinidikit, hindi siya advisable na ilagay sa bare phone without, again, a case. Anyway, all of this will be linked down below naman, guys, since it is also available in Lazada and Shopee. Now, last but not the least, let's talk about the brand Spigen. Spigen is also very well known here in the Philippines, guys. Kasi nga pag pumunta tayo ng Power Mac or even Beyond the Box, we can see this brand. They don't just produce good cases but as well as tempered glass. Isa sa mga reliable brand din, guys, that I always look for kapag ako ay magpapalit ng tempered glass. Alam niyo, ang mantra ko nga, okay lang na bumili ako ng mumurahing case, wag lang ng mumurahing tempered glass. Kaya naman din, it's really hard to compromise your screen protector. I can definitely say na when it comes to the cases that we featured kanina, hindi masyadong kamahalan yung cases ng Spigen. Bihira rin manilaw yung mga clear cases nila katulad nito. Although I really cannot say it right now kasi kabubukas ko lang. But knowing Spigen for the past few years, reliable naman talaga. So kung hindi nyo type yung medyo makakapal na cases that we featured earlier, meron naman tayong medyo maninipis but still will give you protection like the one that we have from Spigen. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Alam kong napakahaba dahil may buying guide, meron din tayong iPhone 14 cases, but Yes, I really hope na nasatisfy ko yung mga taong nagre-request talaga na mag-feature din ako ng mga iPhone cases. It's a really fun video to film and sana nakatulong talaga ako sa inyong next adventure and next big purchase. That's pretty much it. Again, it's your tech girl Mary and see you on our next video. Bye guys!